doing? I think I'm going to start this a minute early. Hey, Antoine Williams, Jupiter Gone Wild. You said in the black community. Let me turn my volume up. Hold on for a second. You said in the black community, some girls are taught and encouraged to focus on education. This is why so many of us graduate college without being married. Well, like I said, y'all can't get married if a man don't ask you. You know, you will not get married unless you are asked to get married. And that's just how it works. So you can't get married. You can't do that part. You can agree. You can say yes. But it takes the man to ask you. That's why I can't stand when people act like black women get married, get married. What do you mean get married? I don't ask for marriage. A man asked me to get married. Okay? I'm not getting on my knees begging with the ring. That's what the man does. You know? So, you know how I do. I'm going to pull up my screen and we're going to look over some of these things going on in our world. Okay, and I just have two pictures up here of two things I'm going to talk about. I'm going to start off talking about Carl Weathers. Carl Weathers passed away, I believe, today. The legend. Many of us grew up watching Carl Weathers. I love Predator. Predator is one of my top 10 favorite movies. He was in Predator. He was in Rocky, Apollo Creed. A lot of people will say he's famous as Apollo Creed and, and Rocky. But for me, I love Predator. I hate saying the last name of Arnold, who, because it sounds like I'm saying the N word. But Carl Weathers, he was born in 1948. So he was 70. He was in his 70s. Oh, he passed away yesterday. And Predator for me. I know I love Rocky. Rocky is legendary. We all know this, okay? But I really loved him in Predator, Just hold that damn chopper, Dutch. Get to the chopper. We all know. Okay, so it's crazy that, he's passed away now. I'm looking on my phone right now because I wanted more details of how did he pass away. I believe he was 76 years old. 76, which is still, that's not super young, but it's still not elderly, He seemed to be in good shape. He was always built, probably ate right and everything like that. And, I'm not sure. They said he died peacefully. He died peacefully in his sleep on Thursday. Okay, so he was in his sleep. That's the best way to go. I don't know him personally. Most of us don't, but I remember him, from movies that I love and so many films that some of you probably loved. I know a lot of people love Rocky and Apollo Creed and, for me, Predator, my top movies, Interstellar, Aliens 1 and 2, The Godfather 1 and 2, Predator, Terminator 1 and 2. Oh my goodness, Mommy Dearest. There's more. There's a lot more, okay? Interview with the Vampire, 30 Days of Night. That's just to name a few. Y'all know I'm a big movie person, so those are just some of my top favorite movies that I've ever seen. 30 Days of Night. Okay, hey, Nearly. So rest in peace to Carl Weathers, and I am going to now talk about more in no particular order, these stories, really. Okay, so give me a quick little second, okay? I'm going to pull up the screen. Hopefully I'm just trying to make sure that my face picture is not too big. I don't want to take it up too much on the screen. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Okay. Okay, so this is the first story that I want to talk about. Listen, I said on here, mothers have gone rogue, but the truth is, mothers haven't just started abusing their children. This has been going on since the beginning of time. Hearing about it more and more, like we've never seen before. I heard about that woman. I talked about this on TikTok. Yeah, I heard about that woman at Walmart who had that baby with the diapers only on. The baby was shivering and she was dressed in a sweater and started twerking and upset. They fired the Walmart worker who gave the baby some clothes because the baby was shivering. And now she has a GoFundMe that has reached maybe like $19,000. I don't know if it's going to a family member or somebody to help the baby. Now this woman was charged with felony child neglect. She kept her 3-year-old son home with no heat until his foot turned black from frostbite. Like I said before, do you know how cold again it has to be to get frostbite? Usually when I hear about frostbite, I hear about people being in the Arctic, the tundra, stuff like that. It's cold out here. It's cold. It is cold. And I think she had that baby in the house for days without any clothing or something. And look, I mean, seriously, like I said, okay, you can't pay your bills. Maybe the heat got turned off. But what about clothes for the baby? Your clothes. She got clothes. She couldn't wrap the baby up in some of her clothes or bang on the next door neighbor house, asking for help. Go to a thrift store and buy some baby clothes or a blanket, something. I know sometimes mothers have a fear of CPS taking the baby, but in this case, I mean, she left the baby home with no heat. The baby's foot turned black, y'all, with frostbite. That is freezing temperatures, freezing. And I know that baby was crying. Like, I'm sorry, no. So someone had brung up this, what I'm about to say too, and I said it, some women don't need kids. You got a lot of women who don't need children, but the government and there are people in society who want to force women to have kids they don't even like, kids they don't even want, and kids they neglect. And the children are suffering being born to women who did not want children. Now, people will say, well, don't have sex. That ain't never going to happen because that's human nature. And there ain't been no time in history that ain't never happened for a lot of people. So then the whole argument about certain words I can't say. People will say, well, see, the government is trying to stop taking, the pregnancies away from women's their right to choose. And then you get women like this who are forced to have kids probably they didn't even want. And look at this, what happens to the baby. Now the baby's foot gonna get cut off. That child gonna grow up without a foot now because his mama didn't give a damn about it. So it says, sadly, a 3-year-old boy faces the risk of losing most of his leg due to his mother, Amber Griffith, keeping him in a home without heat until his foot developed frostbite and turned black. She's 28 years old. She was arrested and charged with neglect of a dependent, resulting in serious bodily injury, classified as a level 3 felony. The investigation began when her son was brought to the hospital January 19th, prompting immediate surgery to address the frostbite. During the police questioning, it was discovered that the mother and her son lived in a home on Gilbert Street without heat or running water due to frozen pipes. Despite her claim that her son's foot had slightly discolored for weeks, he was only taken to the hospital when Griffith experienced foot pain herself. So only when her foot started hurting did she take the baby to the doctor. She admitted to substance abuse, including crack, heroin, meth, and marijuana. Her and her son live in a home with her grandmother and aunt. So there's more than one person there. The grandmother acknowledged being the child's primary caregiver due to concerns over her mental health and stated that she noticed the boy's legs appeared dry and red for several days before realizing the severity of the frostbite when attempting to put shoes on him to take his mother to the doctor for her foot pain. Okay, so basically, she lived with the grandma, her mother, and aunt. They only went to the hospital when she started getting foot pain. And yeah, it was a little bit of discoloration. They said his foot turned black, though. I'm like, I refuse to, no. The baby had to be crying, making some type of noise or something. So basically, there's no heat or even water. There, probably not washing or something. The pipes had froze, and she's on drugs basically too. So Jay Richards says maybe they're all on drugs. Yeah, that's possible. A whole house like that. Okay, let me see these comments. Did anybody read the end of the article? Because it's more people to blame. Everybody in that house watched and did nothing and needs to be right there with her, especially if they knew she had mental illness. Girl, why are you crying? Imagine how the baby felt. Don't cry now, Pepper Ann. Grandma and aunt need to be arrested. They're responsible. Frostbite hurts. That baby was crying and showing them his foot. Come on now, they ignored the pain. And some people had the nerve to be mad at the Walmart worker for recording and getting that baby help in Mississippi. Leave no child behind. Yeah, I heard some people feel like that Walmart worker should sue Walmart for firing her for helping a baby that was being abused. Thinking about how many more people out here can't afford to pay their utilities, especially living in extreme weather conditions. Mental health and poverty don't mix well. Some of you will never be grateful you have peace and sanity in your life. Not everyone is born with it all. This obviously is a generational trauma ordeal. On Black History Month, y'all need to start doing more and stop talking. We all need healing. I pray she goes into recovery and becomes the best version of herself. Okay, but what about the aunt and grandma? Like nobody noticed that baby's foot was turning black? Or it was in pain from freezing? So many people fail this child. This is proof that many people don't deserve children. So why aren't we upset at the grandma if she's the primary caregiver? Okay. God bless those who are fighting substance abuse while trying to figure out life, not making excuses for a single person based on their decision making, but it's easy to point fingers without being in someone else's shoes. Yes, a number of us have gone through things. I've gone through things, but I've never been so out of it with anything where I could watch a child's foot start turning black or signs of frostbite or not trying to warm a baby. My sense has never gone away where I wouldn't know that a baby has to be kept warmer than me. There were multiple people in that house besides her. So I ain't trying to hear this completely with this. So is every adult in the home incompetent? How were you there with no heat and water? She's crying because she got caught. So 2 other adults were there too, but didn't help the child. Why not give them a mugshot? It's the audacity for me when there are women out here broken because they can't have children and can't afford to adopt. So take Granny and the aunt too. So they had no water or heat because the pipes were frozen. Why is she in jail? It doesn't say she didn't do any, it doesn't say she did anything wrong, but be on drugs. How is it neglect when it's out of her control? And they thought it was a rash. I'm not an expert, but I don't know what frostbite looks like. I pray the baby has a speedy recovery and mom gets clean. Y'all, tell me in the chat what you think about this even more. And what do you think about that woman at Walmart who had that baby only in diapers? Because that was horrible. But y'all, this is not, look, these stories you just saw this week, there are a lot of children being neglected by their mothers. Crack pipes and needles around the floor, not washing their babies. Their babies got diaper rash and doo-doo in their private parts because the mama don't wash them. Oh yeah, that go on. Feeding them nothing to eat hardly. It's horrible. But yes, society wants to demand and force women to have children they can't even afford to take care of or don't even want. Child, The government needs to help. And some people do not need, no, just no. Okay. Eye of the Beholder says we need to stop telling women to have children. Not all women should be mothers. They should be able to abort, I can't say the word. Okay, so now Tyrese. Tyrese. Well. He just said something that rubbed people the wrong way, but I'm not shocked by it. He's just one of the few that can admit something within his soul. I showed you before that black man about 2 or 3 years ago who was crying on camera because he saw a group of Mexican men buy a tax lien home. Within 24 hours, a group of them came to the neighborhood and fixed the entire house up, drywalled it, fixed it up. He busted out crying because he said he's never seen basically black men ever do anything like this in his life. How they came together and made the home look brand new from tore up within 24 hours. And crying. Then he made a video a few months ago talking crap about black women, though. That's a whole nother thing. But I remember that. Now you got Tyrese. This is what Tyrese said. I don't know if I should say what I want to say to him, but it's nothing good. But okay. Tyrese says, sometimes I wish I was born Latino. I mean, the Latin community is grounded in family, loyalty, entrepreneurs, businessmen, and women literally represent the dream, the grind, the hustle, doing whatever it takes to stick together against all odds. If us black culture was more grounded in these integral, magical nonsense of us, we would be dominant. So he admires, and yeah, a lot of people do admire Hispanics, but there have been plenty of black people who have been preaching this since the damn 60s. And it ain't happened like them yet. Black people got comfortable, a little lazy, especially the men. And they're not doing what the Mexican men, the Latino men, not just Mexican, are doing. They're not, or the Arab man or the Indian man. Now, there are black entrepreneurs out there. There are, but they're sprinkled. There's not a group thing. You're sprinkled. Each state, every state that you go to, there will be a splash of successful black people in them. In every state you go to, you'll find a little bit. But as a group type of thing, I always said there is no group project. There is no black community race project thing. We all live our own lives and live in different states. There is no gathering to talk about a damn thing. There is no dominant cultural goal. There's no La Razzia for the black people. Nothing like that. It's just a no. You do have some who do things, but there's not what he's saying is not a lie. But you're a black man saying this. So this says more about your failure as a group of men. Don't include me in it. I'm a woman. I'm tired of the black woman always being lumped in with this shit. The most business owners in the black race are, in fact, black women. Black women's entrepreneurship businesses rose 200% last year. So I mean, if anything, he's just admitting their failure as men. But they never want to just stand alone and admit it. They always want to include the black woman. We. Black women been preaching this shit for years. And black men don't listen to black women. So there's no point in talking in circles about this forever. Y'all, they don't listen at large. Oh, my voice sounds a little shaky. How does it sound now? Key Love says he didn't say Ethiopian. Ethiopians build wealth together. Yeah, Nigerians too. Nigerians and the Africans in America, the most successful black people are Africans. And the most successful black people that are American black are black women. You do have some black men who are rich. I mean, Robert F. Smith is rich. There's like 3 of them. And they don't help black men. Black men who got money, why come they don't never help other black men? You ever notice that? You ever notice that black men with wealth do not have specific programs for black men? I ain't never seen it in my life. Now, they might donate to a HBCU, but they don't have a charity or something like when they did to save Africa and stuff. They don't do that for black men. Black American men do not love black American men. They cry and cry and cry, but when they get money, I've never seen them start a scholarship program or some sort of giving out checks and stuff to black men who are the local mechanic that actually is good, but needs some money to actually update his shop and get more materials. I ain't never seen it in my life. Unless this is happening and I don't hear about it. I have never seen black rich men like Tyrese donate to a black couple that wants to have a laundry service. If it's happening, they don't talk about it. I don't think it is happening, to be honest with you. You know? So, does Tyrese hate being black? I mean, if he did, I don't think even though he doesn't even date a lot of, that's a whole different thing. I'll say this. I mean, the women he dates are of black ancestry. Okay. I don't do the whole shunning them type of thing. I don't do that. But Tyrese does not. I'll just say this. Tyrese does not like women who look anything like him. I'm talking the exact same skin shade, the very similar phenotype to him. He doesn't. Now, black women, we are diverse. But it's interesting of that part. Plus, he says he wishes he was Latino. He doesn't respect his culture. But when you think about it, could you fully blame him? For real, for real. When he sees the state of the black man. And some black women too. But the black woman's position is a direct result of her man. But they don't see it like that. They don't see it like that. If anything, he's probably one of those types who always blames slavery for everything. So it's like, you know, we would be dominant. Actually, you wouldn't be dominant. The only way you can be dominant is if you actually manufacture and run something and have something everybody needs. You know, how can you dominate something if you don't produce anything? You can be a hard worker. Working and producing it and manufacturing it is different. You know, the Asian man makes shit that everybody from all races have to get. So he's dominant. Now, I understand what you're saying, being more respected, having a more better community. But this community is not going to get anywhere just because you can work. That's a part of it, but it's about character and your morals and your culture. Your beliefs. The black community likes demonic things at large. And I'm not even extremely religious. The black community is the way it is because of the black community. Like Pastor Manna said, and I said it, money in the government is not going to fix this. Like I said, the out of wedlock thing, that ain't nobody's fault. Nobody's in the bedroom to monitor what you do, who you sleep with, how many babies y'all pop out. Y'all having kids with different men. That shit ain't cute. You got 5 baby daddies. Your kids got 5 different motherfucking bloodlines going on. Girl, bye with that shit. Okay? Now, if I agreed to a polygamous marriage, but he ain't got like 10 damn different babies, it's just different. It's different. I don't care what nobody say. It just is shit. A woman having that many different fathers for her children. Girl, please, with it. You can't, that ain't got nothing to do with white people or Mexican people. Nobody. Nope, it sure don't. Black men shooting each other down. Whose fault is that? I don't care what you say. I don't care how much you bring up the government. They didn't tell you to pull the trigger on your so-called brother. You did it. That's something within you. Nobody can help you with that. And y'all was doing it in Africa too. I got the receipts. Okay? Okay, I got the receipts. So a lot of this stuff is cultural. So it's true, he said, if we as a black culture were more grounded with these things, yeah, but he mentioned being entrepreneurs, businessmen. Yeah, but it's a culture. I don't know how to word it. It's not just going to work, and it's about respect. It's about principles. Now, look, I know that Hispanic people do merengue, and I know they do salsa, and they be grinding their hips. They dance sexual. But there's just certain things that black people got to be willing to take out the trash. Y'all don't want to take out the trash, so you're going to be mixed in with your trash. The trash represents us. And unfortunately, we get seen as trash when we travel outside of the United States and within the United States, because black people like to protect other black people just because they are black, and they're not willing to separate from the black people who have brung the race down, because you feel sympathy for them constantly, or you want to save them constantly as far as who they are as people. You don't want to separate from your evildoers and your trash. So until you can do that, it's going to remain a certain way. And until the black man learns to actually like black men, which ain't got shit to do with me as a black woman. I ain't do nothing to, look, they always love to say stuff. I'm not responsible for that. I didn't make black men hate black men. I didn't tell him to hate on him and want to fight him for stepping on his shoes. I didn't tell him. I'm not responsible if your mama got 5 other baby daddies. That ain't my damn fault. I ain't got nothing to do with that. I ain't got a damn thing to do with your daddy walking out. So I'm not going to be held responsible for that. So don't come up over here talking to me about it, because I ain't got nothing to do with that. So, but basically, he admires the Latino. He wishes he was born into a better culture of people, a better culture of men. Interesting, though, because he was on a podcast admitting that every woman he was with, he dogged out except his ex-wife, who he keeps complaining about because she wants child support. But anyway. So, please, he even said on camera he ain't even a good man. I saw that clip. Somebody posted it. He's a fucking asshole, basically, is what he admitted. He doesn't just change overnight. Maybe his wife couldn't put up with no shit. But then she admitted, too, she regretted divorcing his ass, too. So I don't know what's going on between them. I'm curious to know what this man's zodiac sign is. Let me look. I'm looking right now. When is his birthday? Oh, Lord Jesus Christ. I'm not even going to say, I don't want to say the zodiac sign. I found out. Someone I love is that, not love like in a relationship, but a family member is his zodiac sign. So I'm not going to say nothing. No, he's a Capricorn. Capricorn men will be faithful in a marriage, but they're not always faithful at the beginning. He admitted he wasn't. They're very about their money. They work hard. They're into discipline. They can be obsessive with their career. They like to have nice things, but they can be a little bit controlling. They can have a little bit of a temper. And they can be prone to cheat on your ass, but they can be faithful too. Like they want the nice family, a marriage and children and stuff. They really like stuff like that image of that and stuff, but they're still men at the end of the day. I'm not sure if he's born in December. So, let me read these comments though. Okay. What he said was going to rub black people wrong, but black people never listen. They don't want to hear a black person say, I don't like this race that I'm in. I don't like it. Look at it. You ain't build shit. The kids all out of wedlock every damn where. The crime, this and that, the disrespect. I mean, we already said years ago, a lot of black women feel like there's no incentive to even have children within this community. What am I birthing them into? Do I want to give my children a culture like this? What? Okay, so this guy says, say it loud. I'm black and I'm proud. I wouldn't want to be anything else. Yeah, but you're one of those black men probably who can't take the truth. I don't care how proud you are that you have melanin. What are you doing as a group of men to be proud of? for yourself and your children and your legacy. And that's why God made him extra black. Sometimes I wish black people would actually want to see hardworking black people and families all over the country. So many of us are not in LA or Hollywood, and we're not highlighted on social media. That's true too. So black people don't have Sunday dinners. I never grew up with Sunday dinner. So black people don't stick together. No, not really. Did you not create the black family and then break up a black family? All you had to say was Happy Black History Month, brothers and sisters. Lift each other up and maintain our solidarity and share peace and help bring back the love. There was never any love to begin with. What are you talking about? Maybe in the 50s, it was a little bit more because you felt you had to like each other. Tyrese gets on my nerves. Be the change you wish to see. But the thing is, there are plenty of black people who have been preaching this unity and positivity for decades. Has it improved the collective? No. So it's Black History Month and you don't want to be black. I got it. Not the second day of Black History Month. I have no idea how we got here. So you don't know how we lost our culture, identity, language. First of all, I'm going to need black people to stop with this. The Africans who were here were from different parts of Africa. There was never one language to begin with. Even if you were not mixed with white people and Native Americans, you would still have an issue because you're mixed with different African people who all speak a different language and who don't even all look alike. Regardless of being mixed with white or not, you still are a mixed up African too. So there was never one identity, never one culture, never one language to begin with because you were formed from mixing different African people and white and Native American people. That's how you get an African American. So what culture are you talking about? Any damn way. If anything, the culture is Black American culture, which does exist. Okay. Spirituality. What are you talking about, baby? A lot of Africans don't even have one religion all throughout Africa. Some of them believe in one God and some of them believe in multiple gods. So half of them are Islamic. They're not even Christian. And I'm tired of all this shit, always talking like you had an identity. Black people who have had a little bit of an identity, you have lost your identity because you have embraced hip hop culture as dominant culture and you ain't make up nothing. I didn't know you couldn't make up some shit. I mean, child, please. There is Black American culture. The thing is, y'all don't like it because some of it is toxic, which is true. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. I wouldn't want to be anything else if I had to choose. I think some of y'all be lying when you say that shit just so you can sound like you got pride. But deep down inside, you know damn well you ashamed of half this shit you see going on in the so-called race. I mean, what if I ask, what are you proud of? Don't tell me having melanin. I need a little bit more than that. Okay. I'm proud of who I am as a person, as a human being. But a race has to be able to step back and examine itself and look and say, what have we done? What are we doing? And where are we going? If a leader cannot lead and can't look back and reflect and make changes or see what has gone wrong and then get upset when you call out to the public within your group what you have done wrong. And if you can't fix it or try to make changes, you're not a leader and you can't say that you're that great, in my opinion. Someone said valid point, weird delivery. There will never be a time I uplift another culture, race, or ethnicity of people to make a point. Just make the point. Saying I wish our people would come together more. I wish we can support one another more. And here's some great ways to do it. We'll make the same point. The thing is, there are Black people doing things. Y'all just don't obsess over them. You don't highlight them. They want to talk about Krishan Rock's old trifling ass and Blueface old trifling ass. I don't even understand the obsession with them. What the fuck do they even do? I mean, don't get me wrong. Anybody can become famous, but tattooing the guy's face on her face, I just don't understand the allure and the appeal. Like, what is there to talk about with them? He only used her to get clout and to become famous. I don't admire this new Ike and Tina of 2024. I don't get the appeal about it. There's nothing interesting going on there. But that's what Black people rather focus on. They don't like to talk about the Black meetups that do happen. And I'm not talking about them Pan-Africans. So it's Black people doing this. There's no conspiracy. There's no white man stopping you. Black people don't like to obsess and uplift the Black people who are doing stuff. And every time you do, you have to obsess and go talk about it over and over and announce it constantly like we can't see anything. Like you always have to point it out. Like, oh, we have this, we're doing this because we're Black, we're Black, we're Black, we're Black, we're Black. We know you're Black. Why do you have to keep mentioning this constantly? Just be great, damn it, and do something and stop always having to, mention that it's Black and, oh, we overcame. I'm this. Just do it. Okay, let's go to the next story. It's like they always have to make it dramatic and sound sad when they do something. So I wanted to share something that I think will help somebody out here. If you're looking for a job, a remote work type of job, these are the top 10 websites to find remote work, working from home. Okay. These are 10 websites. So I'm going to read it off and you can, if you're interested and working from home somewhere, these are the websites, some of them. Okay. WeWorkRemotely.com, Hired.com, JustRemote.co, RemoteLeaf.com, Remote.co, DailyRemote.com, ProductHunt.com/jobs, FlexJobs, I've heard about that a lot, .com, Remotive.io, and remoteok.com. So check these out. I haven't been on all of these, but I have been on FlexJobs, and FlexJobs does appear to be legit. It's one of the top ones. Okay. So it says that in fact, I'm going to look in the comments to see if anybody has been on this, to see what they're saying. I don't think this is legitimate. Actually, FlexJobs is legitimate. I went on there. It is. Also, you can look at some of the women, the Black women on here, right here on YouTube, who promote working remote, and they do that. They also will give you the websites to go on right here on YouTube. So, all right, let's go to the next thing. Just check them out, If it seems to be not legit, then don't fill out any information. But FlexJobs, I believe, is legit. Okay, so when we were just talking about women who don't need children and how the government, Roe versus Wade, how they don't want women having the right to choose to keep a baby or not. Over 26,000 grape-related pregnancies was reported in Texas since the ban went into effect. Do y'all see this? Let me take a sip of my drink real quick. Hold on. Do y'all see this? Do you see this? 26,000? You mean to tell me what? 26,000 grapes, pregnancies from the grapes in just one state alone. Since they told women, you don't have the right to choose. So now you're going to force me to have a rapist baby? Or are you kidding me? Now, what happens if all those women say, I'm not keeping this baby? Oh, you think you're going to make me have it? No, I'm not. I'm putting it right up into the foster care system and adoption, which is terrible, too, for the baby, too. But do you really want a baby born to a mother who didn't even want it from a grape? Oh, my goodness. It says, according to a study, Texas saw an estimated 26,313 grape-related pregnancies during the 16 months after the state outlawed you-know-what, with no exceptions for survivors of grape or incest. Per the study, the highest estimate among the 14 states with the total bans, with Texas having the largest population. The Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade in June of 2022. So, half of those happen. The other half, guys removing the rubber. Oh, you mean they're lying? Okay. Product of grape here. Numbers are not that high, but thanks. I wonder how many of this is from illegal aliens during the border crossings. It's all BS. Becky Sue doesn't want to tell her parents she's been effing. Let me play devil's advocate. If there's a ban and the only way to have it done in Texas is in case of a grape, it could be a lot of women getting pregnant and lying so they have it taken care of because they are irresponsible. This is sick. These poor women and girls have already been traumatized, but now they're being forced to carry the child of a predator. And in lots of cases, the rapist gets joint custody and or visitation rights of the baby. Women are saying they have been raped so they can get an abortion. But if they outlawed it and said you can't, then what? Jesus, we need you. Common sense, these numbers aren't accurate. People obviously saying it's grape related because they're trying to get rid of the baby and it's not working. So did Texas have a spike of 26,313 arrests? No. Rapists like to impregnate to control. They establish territorial dominance over the woman they rape. And they actually have parental rights once the children is born. Scary. I still can't believe they overturned Roe versus Wade. So let me see in this chat what y'all are saying. Even incest. Yeah, they're going to try to force you to have the baby. I wish you would. I'm not keeping that child. Somebody raped me and they are a relative. You must be crazy if you think I'm keeping that baby. I don't want that damn baby. And how dare the government try to make me have it? You must be out your damn mind. No woman wants a baby from being raped. Women do not want kids when they aren't ready for it. But even if they are ready, they don't want to be raped. Who wants a great baby? You know, and no offense to the children who are a product of that, because I don't want their feelings to be hurt hearing something like this, but no woman, I mean, that's like being raped all over again. Somebody making you keep it. It's horrible. But it tells you a lot about our world when society thinks you should have to have that baby. Okay, so this is just a warning for you all. She was just 25 years old. She had a severe peanut allergy. She ate the wrong labeled cookies and she passed away. So the family might sue, which I think they should. Her name is Orla Baxendale. Her family is mourning her passing. She was a dancer. She had a severe nut allergy, and she went into shock January 11th after eating cookies that did not list peanuts in the ingredients on the label. It says Stu Leonard's, the local grocery retailer who sold the vanilla Florentine cookies she consumed, they recalled 500 packets of sweets in partnership with the Food and Drug Administration. So if I were her family, I would sue the hell out of that company because she was allergic, I believe, she was allergic to peanuts, and they didn't list that it had that in the ingredients. Look, Miss Ari says that place needs to be sued. I would sue. That, I would totally sue. You know, I have a certain allergy I'm not going to mention, and I went to an event where they were cooking, and they were using the same spoons. They weren't even using separate spoons, and I couldn't even eat like other people because you literally are mixing spoons with what I can't eat together with food I can't eat. So that was horrible. Okay. If someone buys food there, if someone buys food, there are labels on the package saying what's in it. Well, clearly it didn't say it with her. So you have an allergy that causes you to go into shock and you don't have an EpiPen. Nobody I grew up with in the 70s had any of these food allergies. What happened? Are moms to blame with all their prenatal garbage they take? Is it toxic air? Is it autism? Nobody had it 50 years ago. I don't believe that. If your allergy is that bad, you shouldn't eat anything you didn't make yourself. Can't blame those for what you put in your own mouth. Oh, please. I don't agree with that at all. Why do people with allergies this severe don't have an EpiPen? Look, at the end of the day, you can't blame her. She didn't know. It said vanilla cookies. It didn't mention that it had nuts in it, the peanuts. I mean, please miss me with it. That's like me eating a cookie and then I have an allergic reaction because they didn't tell me something that's not even a damn cookie, a part of a cookie, is in the food I'm eating. That ain't my fault if something happens. Okay. I would never eat a cookie I didn't make with those kind of allergies. This happened to me at Kroger's the other day. They didn't label their box croissant correctly. I had to ask and double check if it had eggs. He said they didn't have any updated labels, but it has egg. I have an egg allergy in my family. Okay, so waiting for you to blame the vaccine as usual. So look, y'all, basically some people are blaming her, which is ridiculous. Just be careful. Make sure if you have any allergies, you read the ingredients. And if you think it could have peanuts, don't take the risk. Don't take the risk, okay? Okay, let's see. The next story. Oh my goodness, I had to show you this because this was absolutely ridiculous. Okay. This dating show reflects the disconnect with accomplished Black women versus Black men. So they're on a date and look what happens.
Nope.
Okay.
Next.
Have you ever been married?
Yep, twice.
Okay.
Next.
How long ago?
2016.
Have you dated anybody since then? Like seriously
Of course.
dating?
Yes.
So how long were you there?
Why does that matter?
Because I asked.
And who are you?
April Michelle Butler.
And what's that mean to me?
Because I asked a question.
Why are you asking how long? Does it matter?
He immediately got on the defense, which is a red flag for me. Are you hiding something? What's the issue with answering my questions if those things are important to me?
So are you saying you just don't want to answer?
Let's move forward. I don't care about what you've done. I don't care about your degrees. I don't care about none of that. Because she's not finna sit down with nobody, man. She finna try to muscle somebody, put them in the headlock. No man wants to be in no headlock.
I asked you a question about how long was your last relationship, and you absolutely refused to answer me. You should be transparent. Lamar, you got children?
Nope.
Okay.
Next.
Have you ever been married?
Yep, twice.
Okay.
Next.
How long ago?
2016.
Have you dated anybody since then? Like, seriously
Of course,
dating?
yes.
So how long were you there?
Why does that matter?
So he decides to say, I don't care about how many degrees you got. She didn't mention her degrees. She asked him, were you married before? Do you have any kids? And how long did your relationship last? And you see the attitude this man caught? Like, how dare she ask me actual questions on a date? Now, eventually, some people might say certain things you don't ask too quick. Is what's wrong with asking a man, have you been married before? Or how long did your last relationship last? I mean, men ask women that all the time. They have the audacity to ask about body counts and stuff. So she asked him, do you have children? How long were you in a relationship? Have you been married? And he caught the attitude and got defensive with the quickness. And then he said, I don't care how many degrees you got. She didn't mention her degrees. And what does her degree have to do with her asking you a question about your dating life? You see, that's that shit. He's jealous of her. He's insecure. Because he immediately went into defense mode. I don't care if you got them degrees. Baby, if I asked you how long you were in a relationship, what you bringing my degrees up for? What does that have to do with the conversation? But you got an attitude. Yeah, he's insecure, Purple Lady. He's very insecure. Look at him. Look at him. You know, she's direct. That triggered him because he might feel like, he said, who are you? He said that. He said, who are you? He is jealous of her. Like, look at her. Oh, she's speaking with confidence. She got her degree. She gonna question me. I mean, if she can't even ask you if you were married before and what's your longest relationship, damn, what can't the woman ask? What can she ask you? She can't even ask that? How can she get to know you if she can't ask you these questions? Oh, she got a degree. You ain't qualified to question me, lady. Oh, you think you better? Coming up in here. This man says older single women in our culture make it hard for you to love them. Get out of here. That's a damn lie. She ain't even do anything. If you ask me, both parties were uninterested at that table. Should have known he was off when he said next. He felt like it was an interview or FBI interrogation. I agree with screening, but it must be done with tact and softness. I could help her. However, he wasn't the one anyway. Both have some work to do. This has nothing to do with how accomplished she is. He's just rude. Yeah, he's rude and insecure. Why accomplished black women versus black men? Like black men aren't and can't be accomplished. Why can't it be accomplished black women and accomplished black men? Because maybe he doesn't have shit in comparison to her. He's the one who said, I don't care what degrees you got. So he made it about her being accomplished. Both of them were rude to each other. Zero chemistry. See, I need to see this from the beginning. But I would have gotten up when he said next. Hold on.
Because I asked.
And who are you?
April Michelle Butler.
And what's that mean to me?
Because I asked a question.
Why are you asking how long? Does it matter?
He immediately got on the defense, which is a red flag for me. Are you hiding something? What's the issue with answering my questions if those things are important to me?
So are you saying you just don't want to answer?
Let's move forward. I don't care about what you've done. I don't care about your degrees. I don't care about none of that. Because she's not finna sit down with nobody, man. She finna try to muscle somebody, put them in the headlock. No man wants to be in no headlock.
I asked you a question about how long was your last relationship, and you absolutely refused to answer me. You should be transparent. Lamar, you got children?
Nope.
Okay.
Next.
Have you ever been married?
Yep, twice.
Okay.
Next.
How long ago?
2016.
Have you dated anybody since then? Like, seriously dating?
Yes.
So how long were you there?
Why does that matter?
Because I asked.
See, to me, she probably caught an attitude because he got an attitude. And she's responding to his attitude. So, ladies, the point of this is that if you ask a man some questions, and you don't have to say it nasty, and I'm not saying she did, and he gets defensive and then says, I don't care about your degrees, who the hell are you? Run, 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 run. That means he does have a problem with your degrees, and he thinks you think you better than him. How dare you be direct with me and ask me a question, girl? Who you think you are? Run, run, run. Okay, so speaking of the peanut allergies, this UK mother passed away from cervical cancer when the doctors gave her an incorrect clearance of an abnormal pap smear. Ladies, leave a heart if you've been getting your pap smears. Leave a heart if you get your pap smears. If you know what that is, okay? When they check for cervical cancer, and to make sure your discharge is okay and all that stuff. Y'all know what it is, okay? You don't know what it is? Hold on. Tell me the truth, Miss Ari. Don't be ashamed. How old are you? Because at your age, you should have gone to get... No, it doesn't matter if you're young. You're supposed to get it done. Now, if you are a virgin, which I think you might be, well, get it. You have to go after you've experienced a penis, because they're going to open you up and look in there. And even if they don't open you up, they can take the swab and stick it up there. And you can still go, I think. Just let them get the swab and they'll look at your juice, your discharge, and see if there are any cancer cells or if you have HPV and stuff like that. So, oh my goodness, Lord, let me count. Okay. So she was 48 and she passed away in 2022. The doctors, they gave her a wrong test result. She was experiencing bleeding and abnormal cells on her cervix. She was told that her test results were normal. And it says that passing her cervical cancer test has shown signs of severe cell change. It says that her husband says, I can't begin to describe the distress and exhaustion that she went through. Okay. It says that in 2017, she started bleeding after SCX with her husband, prompting her to go to the doctor. In 2018, she got a pap smear and it came back normal. But her symptoms persisted and the doctors were unable to determine the cause of her bleeding. She was considered at high risk for getting HPV and she got a biopsy. And she was having pain at the base of her spine. That's when the infection spread. She was diagnosed with stage 4 cervical cancer with an MRI scanning. She had a large tumor the size of a tennis ball, and she got surgery and radiation. She went through chemotherapy, but the disease took her life. And her husband has reached out to medical negligence, a lawyer, Erwin Mitchell, to assess whether the hospital diagnosed his wife with cancer too late and whether he should pursue legal action against them. I think he should. You got a lot of lazy doctors. You got a lot of lazy doctors today that don't give a damn about what they're doing, and they dismiss you. You got doctors irritated at the thought of having to investigate. You have to literally be on top of the doctors. Like, if I go to a doctor, I already looked up stuff on Google. So I'll ask them questions, and sometimes they look annoyed because they're like, oh, damn, she know this. Yeah, because I researched it before I come up in there, And sometimes you ask for things that they should have volunteered to test you for, and they don't. You have to be the damn doctor like you're doing their job, Paige Turner Priestess says, I remember a woman who was simply going for fibroid surgery. Her nurse says, if we have to take out your uterus, we will just take it. What? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You know, a lot of doctors don't even investigate where fibroids come from. I think I know what's going on with fibroids. It's a hormonal imbalance that comes from the stuff in the food. That's what's going on, because I've experienced severe issues with my menstrual cycle, my endometrium lining and all types of stuff. And it's from the food and hormonal imbalances. Okay. And I might talk about that in the near future about, a lot of women are suffering. I read the comments and you have women going through pads every 20 minutes. You got women bleeding so bad they have to sleep with like a diaper sheet or something. It's horrible, the things I'm hearing. And I realize what's going on with some of that. Okay. Yeah, they can't take it out without consent. If they do it, you sue them. You sue them. You sue them. Okay. So she got tested in 2017, but didn't go back for any tests after. Ladies, if you're bleeding during having sex with your man, go to the doctor. And if your man is bleeding from his penis, stop effing him and get him to a doctor. He got to get himself to the doctor. If his penis smells like fish, if his discharge smells like fish, if it's green or yellow, stop effing him and go to the doctor. And if it's like that for you, you smelling like fish or rotten, or it's green or yellow or gray, go to the doctor. Okay? Even if it don't smell like fish, but it don't smell right, go to the doctor. Okay? So, let's see. Oh my goodness. This is why I heal myself. Girl, please with that. I don't believe, no. Like herbal medicine can work, but no, I'm still going to a doctor. She says, I heal myself. I will never go to the doctor for general health. If I'm not dying or have a broken leg, I'm not going. And that's why you might end up dead early. Okay? I have yet to see herbal medicine cure anybody of a damn thing. They don't even tell you. People promote using herbs, but they never show you how to use them half the time. They just say, buy this bag of leaves. Okay, what do I do? Do I boil the leaves and put some sugar and lemon in it? Or how does this taste? What do I do? So, goodness. So many women are confused and don't have the facts, linking unprotected sex with an uncircumcised man and the viruses it causes and how it leads to HPV, and left untreated can lead to cervical cancers. Yeah, you got a lot of women who like to say that uncircumcised men don't pose a threat. Yes, they do. If they don't wash it and pull back that damn skin, all types of germs and bacteria and STDs is under it and it stinks. Child, please. Girl, I ain't even gonna get into it. They're high risk. I'm not saying they can't be clean. They got to clean more than the average man. And you can't even tell them that, or even women. I see them online. Girl, please. Okay. I've worked, for 10 years. This is horrible and avoidable. Testing goes through the lab. And when something is abnormal, I sent it to the doctor showing that this is sad. Yeah, I wouldn't mind. Like if I worked in healthcare, I would be a really good doctor. Like I would offer them stuff without them even having to ask. Like if I see a sign, or even if I don't, I'm like, look, do you want to get this certain test done? Okay, we're going to do this. Okay. You having this symptom? We can't pinpoint it. I want to get your blood work. Finding out more. Because when you are a doctor, you're an investigator too. You are. That's what you're there to do. Investigate the problem. So you are an investigator, I don't like being around doctors who seem like they can't wait to get me out the room. Like they're annoyed doing their job. Like you're here to help people, So it seems that a lot of doctors don't care to do their job thoroughly anymore. They seem exhausted and don't have passion for their profession. Just brushing off people with careless diagnosis and not doing a better job with ordering further testing to make sure. So sad. Yeah, like I believe in universal health care. I don't believe that just because a piece of paper should decide what type of health care I get because, oh, my insurance is this and their insurance is that. That's all ridiculous to me. Everybody should just be able to go to see the damn doctor. I really feel that way. I hope their families sue for every nook and cranny. Oh my goodness. A doctor cleared my grandma when she had pneumonia. It progressed all the way to sepsis and she passed in 2022. I try not to think about it. These doctors are playing around with our life like it's a video game. Lawsuit. Stop sucking every man and every woman. The family needs to sue. This is malpractice. We got to start going to different doctors. This is scary. Rest in peace to her. Oh, my goodness gracious. Leave a heart in the chat if you think you could be an OBGYN. Do you think you could do it? Like, do you really think you can look inside and sniff and all that? Like, you really think you could do it? Leave a heart if you think you could. And leave a heart and name a job you could do to help people that you're actually interested in. If you, like, I used to have an interest in social work to help foster kids get into good homes, but I heard it pays nothing and it's extremely stressful. Let me know in the chat. Okay, so Divine Empress says, I would love to work as a stylist. Oh, me too. I love fashion. Have you seen my fashion videos? She's got style. I love that too. I would love to do it. I would love to be a personal shopper and stuff. Girl, it's fun. Page Turning Priestess says, creating educational workbooks for natural health. Purple Lady says, my mom was a nurse too. Her parents made her do it. I love psychology. I would love to be a psychologist. Okay. Continuing my book illustration. Creating educational workbooks. You know what? I would love to also make modern sex education classes for kids in school to teach them about their bodies, the real deal. And I'm not just, everything, even menstrual cycles. They don't tell you a lot about your period in that class. No, they don't. They don't tell the real deal of what be going on, the horrible things that happen. Bleeding through a pad in 20 minutes. They don't talk about those things. Okay, so with this, y'all know I have my series, She Put Race to the Side and One Love. I'm thinking about talking about this couple. I'm not sure yet, though. He's a NASCAR race car driver. Yes. And that's his wife. They actually have a daughter together. They might have had more children. She's a baddie. He's a baddie. And they're two baddies together. And he's a NASCAR driver. So this is something. And they don't get talked about a lot. So I'm thinking about it. I just wanted to share that with you. Okay. Okay. Fashion Week has kind of, well, this is a week ago, but this was in Paris and I thought that these women look really nice and I just want to go over their fashion. Okay, let's see. We see LeBron, Savannah James, J-Lo, Zendaya. Let's look at some of these fashion looks right here. What's going on with it? What are they rocking? Okay, for J-Lo, I will say I saw the close-up shots of her and she looked like different. Like she looked kind of a little worn down a little bit. It was the makeup or something. But overall, I think this is an okay look. I like the jacket. It looks like flowers all over. Nice pants. I love the shoes. I love her purse. It's a face on it, gold hardware. Her form-fitting pants, white turtleneck. The sunglasses are okay. The earrings are okay. I don't know why I think maybe a big old bun up top would have looked nice instead of that hairstyle. A smoky eye. She looked okay. Page Turning Priestess, you said she looks futuristic. I like the jacket. I do like the jacket. Okay, let's see. Zendaya, she was giving me like Star Trek type of vibes with that hairstyle, but I liked it. I actually liked the burgundy dress she wore. I don't know if that's on here. This dress is okay. It's kind of futuristic. You know, it's fashion. You know, they're going to give you fashion. The train is okay. Overall, I don't know. I think maybe, well, with the hairstyle, she don't really need jewelry. I don't know why I'm picturing maybe some type of gold earrings or something, like studs or something, but this is okay. She's giving Donnell Luna vibes. It's okay. On a 1 to 10, let me actually, hold on, let me go back. Like J-Lo, on a 1 to 10, I'm going to give J-Lo, with this look, I'm going to give this look an 8. With Zendaya, I'm going to give this look, I'm going to give it a 7. Savannah, I'm going to give this a 9. And she usually always looks good. I love a fur trim, black and gold classic. I love a bob. I told you I love a good bob. So her bob looks good. Her makeup looks good. I love the kind of like, it looks like a flower type of button going down with the fur trim. She looks good. I don't know why I'm thinking Chanel vibes with this a little bit. Okay. Let's see. The next look. This is similar. That's what Savannah wore. If you look at it, Bella Thorne, look at, she's wearing what Savannah wore. Except Savannah, hers is off the shoulder. And hers is a blazer. It's not off the shoulder, but it's the same thing. Except she paired hers with that hat. I do like that hat. I like the hat. The earrings are okay, but I don't know with this outfit. The red lip is perfect, but it's the same as Savannah. So I gave Savannah a 9. With the hat and the earrings, I'm going to give her an 8 with this, but it's okay. I love that hat though. I do. Sabrina Elba, Idris Elba's wife. This is okay. This is okay. I don't care for everything being too oversized, but it still looks kind of decent. The black, I noticed black and gold is like a thing. With her was white, black, and gold. I love that the gold hardware up top is like 2 ears. The chain part. On a 1 to 10, for me, my style, this whole look, I would probably give this a maybe a 6, 7. I do like the colors. It's okay. It's not bad. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Like there are different parts of it I like. Like I like the shoes. I like the ear gold hardware on the top. I love the black trim. I like her makeup. I like her hairstyle. I love her clutch purse. It is sort of a baggy look, but it's still fashion too. So I'm torn on it. I think maybe I would give it a 7, not a 6, a 7. It's okay. It's okay. But those were some of the looks that I wanted to share. And now I'm going to go to my last story. And that is, I don't even know. Let's see. Oh, this is something to teach us something. Tax lien homes. Now, Lisa, she follows me and she knows all about tax liens. She bought her home. It says, I bought this house A tax lien house, y'all, is when people don't pay their property taxes and basically they kind of lose their house. And if you pay the property taxes and it's not even a lot, then you become the new owner of the house. And I think they have a certain amount of time they could pay it back. And if they don't pay it, then you have their home. So you can buy a house for very cheap. She says, I bought a real estate tax lien home in Alabama for $700. I sold it for $40,000. You know what though? I wouldn't even sell it though. I would buy a couple of them. I would buy a couple of them, and I would keep one or two for myself. I'm gonna keep some of them for myself. I might even fix it up and do an Airbnb with one. But let's see what she said, what she's teaching us.
Made a whole video breaking down how you can buy a tax lien property in Alabama, and it deleted. Okay, so in the state of Alabama, you can purchase tax lien properties year round. Now they gonna look like that, but does that matter when you trying to build wealth? Okay, so let's break down how you gonna go about this. Okay, so in the state of Alabama, you are going to go to the state of Alabama's Department of Revenue's Tax Delinquent Property section. This is how you apply for properties in the state of Alabama year round. It's also some other sites that you can use, but directly from the state, that's the site that you go on. So I'm just going to break down what I did. Y'all, I just made a whole video breaking down how you can buy a tax lien property. Okay, so you want to pay attention to the redemption period. I did not mention this on the other videos, but every state has a redemption period in which the original owner can come back. Okay, so you want to pay attention to the redemption period. I did not mention this on the other videos, but every state has a redemption period in which the original owner can come back. The north side is a little bad right now. It hadn't turned around yet. Do I have, what was the name of the site you just said? Revenue.alabama.gov and govease.com. Do I thank y'all for the gifts. I gotta figure this out. I do. I don't like being a tech person, and TikTok is just doing so much. Why do y'all have all this on here like this TikTok? This is a lot for me. My brain can't take it. Do I go to the properties before buying? Yes, and I recommend that you do, because this duplex that I'm showing, the north side is a little bad right now. It hadn't turned around yet. Okay, so
Okay, now here's what I do know. And like she just said, okay, just to go over it again, you find out wherever you live, you can go on your government page or the library or look in the newspaper, and there will be a list of tax lien homes. These are the homes that people didn't pay their property taxes and the home was taken from them. You will pay the property taxes, and they have a certain amount of time to pay it. And if they don't pay it, you become the new owner of the house. They will list the address in the paper or on the website where you live. The only thing is, with some of them, you can't go in. So you don't know what the house looked like. You don't know if the pipes are messed up. You don't know if the floor is effed up. You don't know what you're going to get. A lot of times, and sometimes you do. But there have been plenty of people who have bought homes like her for $700, $1,000, and had to do a very little bit amount of work to the home. And it's their house. So it's a real thing. Okay, so let me see what some people said in the comments section. Okay. Um, let's see. Do I need to be a resident of the state? Like, I don't live in Alabama. Yeah, it's like, yeah, I would love to be able to get a home for $700, but do I really want to live in Alabama? Hell no. No. But could I buy it and flip it like she did? Yeah. Missouri's redemption period is 1 year. Okay. Let's see. A lot of people have been doing this and then they renovate it, especially if you get a loan or you got money and you fix the house up and resell it or just keep it for your damn self. You do this and keep the house for your damn self. Okay. So that's basically it. That is basically it. I thank you all for, oh, damn. No, I don't have the main. Hold on. Y'all, I got to get this story. It's on the screen and I didn't have it. So that's what I'm going to do right now because there is no way that I'm not going to talk about this with the girl at the graduation. The girl at the graduation showing off her wedding ring, which is fine. But it's a conversation. It's definitely a conversation that I have had before. And I remember like it was yesterday getting cursed out. Oh, I remember like it was yesterday getting cursed out. Now, where is this at? Okay, y'all, just hold on for a second. I'm pulling it up right now because I'm pulling it up right now. We got to look at this because I find it pretty incredible. It gave me flashbacks of how I was told off. Okay. So I'm going to pull this story up real quick with the white women who are engaged straight out of college and the conversation. So, okay, hold on. Okay. So it says, graduating as an education major. This Black woman at the bottom says, I feel like the Black community is quick to have a child, but marriage is where they draw the line. Yeah. But yet always talking about church and God constantly. So church going, so godly Christian. But oh no, but again, if Black men, because a lot of them only want Black men. Black men, first of all, Black men are not even in college like Black women. And when they are in college, they're not even only dating Black women, and they're not looking to get married in college and after college like other cultures of people. So unless you're going to date outside your race, you're going to continue to have this problem. Because this is a culture, a so-called community of men who don't like to get married, not in their 20s. That is an issue. Okay. They don't even like love, a lot of them. They don't even promote it. But look, and then when I went, let's just look, let me just play this real quick. And what a manosphere Black man will do is says, look at them white girls. They get married. See, they know how. No. These girls are straight. They're like 20 something in their early 20s. You know why they get married? Because they come from a culture of men who believe in getting married. This could happen for Black girls if Black guys actually believed in marriage at large, or Black men were in college like them with a career and degrees like her and a future. And it's crazy because when I went on TikTok and I told Black women to date other races of men in college so they can get married and meet their spouses, because you will be surrounded of some of the top men in the whole damn country during that time of your life, they cursed me out. Oh yeah, Black girls and Black men and older Black women cursed me out. I think they were more mad because I had the audacity to tell them to get your daughters married outside their race if the Black men don't want to get married, like these other girls are getting wifed up, and they got a fit with me. They did. It was horrible. But now look, y'all got the damn proof right in your damn face. But y'all don't have a community of guys that like to get married or they even have anything to get married to at that age. But these white girls, look at that. Look at it. All of them showing off them rings because not only did they get an education, I had black women telling me off saying, I don't send my daughter to college. I send my daughter for school and education, not to get no man. You need to go down and sit up and shut up and go somewhere. That's what they was telling me. I'm like, so you're telling me your daughters couldn't get an education and meet a man in college? You can't do both? Oh, she only had to focus on getting an education and she couldn't date while she was in school? Oh, you got a problem because I said she ain't got to just date the few black men that's there. There's other men in college, not black, that she can date who have a future. Oh, you can't say that, Cerebral. How dare you, lady? That's what I went through. But y'all got it right in your face. And I just laugh at this. I hope the women that told me off eat it up. I hope you look at this. Eat it up, boo. Since you had such a problem with me telling y'all to stop focusing on just black men and get your daughters married to meet or at least meet their potential husbands in college. And I don't give a damn if he black or not because they got a future. But nah, they ain't want to hear. So go ahead and look at what's going on. Okay. I am here says they'll be divorced by 40, though. There's a 50% chance of that. Yes, we know in the United States, the highest amounts of divorces are in this country. That's true, too. But according to so many, that's the time. You know, before we hit the wall, we need to be wifed up. I just find it ironic from a group of men in a community that don't even believe in honor and marriage at all. It's just incredible to me. But, you know, Cerebral said he ain't got to be black. Meet your future husband at college. You got doctors and lawyers and businessmen coming up in there. They ain't black. So what? They got a future. Oh, my God. Let's burn her at the stake on TikTok. And then they said, we go for only education. Who the hell are you? Well, look, you see what the white girls get done. Okay. But hey, I don't know anything. You know, I guess you only had to focus on school and you can't date either. I didn't know that was a rule. I didn't know that. Let me see these comments. I know these comments are going to be off the chain. No. They believe the lie these Negroes tell them. The Negro says marriage is just a piece of paper, baby. We don't need that. So the show 16 and Pregnant and Teen Mom wasn't majority white. They weren't majority in the whole country. Talk to black men about that. It ain't like black women about to propose to anybody. Thank you. Take what you see on social media by a grain of salt. And live your own life. Look, when I worked in corporate America, all the black women up in there were either baby mamas and majority were not married. I only met like 2. So you can miss me with the bullshit. No black women who are younger and in their 30s are not married up. That's reality. Okay. Let's see. Is plenty of black queens that are married and getting degrees at the same time. If it were in such high numbers, the so-called community wouldn't look the way it does. A lot of white women intentionally go to college to find a husband because they know their lives will be set. Well, that's called being smart. Black women go to college for a career to survive and live. Yeah, because your ass refused to date other races of men like a fucking fool. And then you get what you get. Constantly. And yeah, I do agree with getting the education to survive and live. Why wouldn't I support that? That's the reality. It's like we're thrown to the wind. That's reality. We should spend less time being offended and more time raising our sons to be men who seek wives. I agree with that too. Versus men who create baby mothers and broken homes. And unfortunately, statistics show our demographic leads in single parent households more than any other race, yet we only make up 14% of the population. So clearly we do need to do better. So we may side eye the messenger, but the message isn't off. Okay. Don't just teach your black sons to get married. Teach him to get a fucking job and a career so he can take care of a wife. So these black girls don't have to end up married to men who ain't doing shit, ain't about shit, and they ain't gonna be doing shit. Okay. These white women be put up at 25. No struggle, love. Why are we always competing with them? Women compete. I'm not in competition though, but it's just an observation of a different culture. Different culture. Even though we are American, it's a different standard of culture. Their parents groom them for it and why aren't you? Why aren't y'all? Okay. How do you put 2 and 2 together and come up with 16? Remember, ladies, y'all are strong and independent. That line is getting old. We don't even all speak like that. Go somewhere, bitch. Okay, let's go. The difference is they really go to school to get a husband. They are not raised to work and hustle a job. That's not true at all. There are a lot of white men and women, well, white women who do work, who have to work. That's not 100% true. But they do have a community of men that probably might let her stay home. Even if a white woman does work, look, people are still people at the end of the day. But I don't know. I'm trying to word this correctly. My mind is thinking maybe she's just not under as much stress. Like, black men don't even like to have romance. Like, I think it's easier for a woman it's just you're more happier when you are being treated right. Like, okay, maybe I did work, but my man is very romantic and he helps with things and we have dinners together. We have date nights. Like, we have romance. I'm happy. Even if I was working, if I decided to, which should be my choice. It just seems like a lot of black households, these people are miserable together. I know I said it like I'm not black, but I'm just saying, like, maybe that's why it's less stress. Black culture, just like I said, there needs to be a new culture with the shit. Like, I'm not for basketball. What's that movie with Sana Lathan? I don't want a basketball. What's that movie she was in? Was it Omar Epps or something? Love and Basketball. No, I'm not looking for no shit like that. I don't want that ghetto shit. That ain't romance to me. I want The Notebook, damn it. That's what I want. I want the Blue Lagoon. Minus the fact that was her cousin, but I'm just saying. I don't want Love and Basketball. Okay. So she says the difference is they go to school to get a husband. They are not raised to work and hustle a job. They were raised to be taken care of. We tell our daughters they can't date. Now that's a problem too. Most of them go to college with their high school sweethearts and get married right after graduation. They teach until they have their first child. Teaching will always be in their eyes. All these girls are education majors, explaining why 69% of teachers are white women. It's just something for them to do. Just my observation. I mean, being a teacher is a respectable job, but what kind of job do their men have is what I want to know. Because, okay, I went to school for education. I'm a teacher, but I need a man that got a job because teachers don't make shit. And that's unfortunate and unfair. But what kind of husbands are they getting is what I want to know, because I'm not going to school to be a teacher just to end up with a man making $40,000 or $50,000 a year. Like, that ain't going to work. Unless we live in Alabama, then yeah, that money can work, but not in other places. I'm just saying. Not only that, white girls' femininity is embraced more. Y'all need to teach your black daughters about, I mean, I see it a lot more. Fixing themselves up, managing their weight, dressing appropriately and cute. Get rid of that fucking fighting like Megan Thee Stallion and Nicki Minaj, that fucking nigga shit. Get rid of that fucking shit. Excuse my mouth. I'm sorry. You know? But y'all always saying everything is white. It's too white. It's too white. Everything. But you want to be a hard thug woman? Because that ain't going to help you. It damn sure is not appealing to other races of men. The black girl needs a do-over. And if the black man she wants so much refuses to evolve with her ass and get rid of some of this crap, I don't have to say what it is. Y'all know exactly what I'm saying. So, you know. You said, I heard they go to STEM majors, the men. This is very accurate. I hate being asked, when are you having a baby? After I find my husband, that's when. Congratulations for these ladies for having standards. These men are not proposing. Simple. They're not even in a position to do so. These men get handed opportunities while our men have to fight even to cross the street. That's a fucking lie. That ain't all true at all. Delete the entire post. She's a mammy. Look at her making excuses. First of all, half of them ain't even in fucking college, number one. There's no conspiracy stopping your fucking black sons to be able to know how to fucking read. You know why half of them can't fucking read? Because you ain't teach them how to fucking read. I'm getting all the mothers now. Yeah, I can take account. I don't have children, but still. If some of these fucking guys can't read, why the fuck can't they fucking read? Who raised they ass to not be able to read? Can the mama even read? Yeah, I'm going to take it there. Can the daddy read if he's around? Did y'all, instead of using that money to go to the club on Fridays and Saturdays, did you invest in his ass to have a tutor to know how to fucking read? I hate to have to curse and ruin my damn live stream, but I get upset. Okay. So we can't marry ourselves. Yeah, but you could date other. You know what though? I'm getting tired of preaching this shit. I like men not black and a few black, but I like a lot. You know, it's just who am I culturally compatible with? Who do I get along? What do I like? What I'm looking for? I ain't trying to save all y'all no more with this shit. Y'all know the answer. Why we got to keep preaching this shit? Y'all got common fucking sense. You don't want to listen. You want to keep begging and praying and hoping with black men who ain't doing shit for half of y'all. Just keep on. I'm tired of it. Keep having y'all fucking kids all over the place and being miserable in this child support shit and all this other shit. I'm tired of talking about the shit because I can't help and change a lot of black women. I can only focus on my damn self shit. And, you know, may the best man win. You know, when you get older and more mature, it's about the best man winning. That's his fucking point. I don't give a fuck what race he is. And am I attracted to him? That's all I really care about. So I wish them well. So, so look, that is all. Excuse my language, y'all. I got kind of hyped up. I got to calm down. I don't want to ruin my own damn live stream. Seriously. I don't want to ruin it. So, y'all, I thank you for joining me. This was a damn good conversation, in my opinion. Rest in peace to Carl Weathers. And thank you, ladies, for joining me. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe if you were new. Please get those likes up because it does affect the algorithm. I'll be back to talk about more, some fashion, all types of different things. This is Cerebral Talks TV, baby. I'm of the mind. That means I talk about all things. You will never put me in a box. You will never put me in a niche. I will talk about whatever, whenever. And I love you all for joining me. Make sure you hit the bell if you do subscribe so you know when I am live, when I upload. If you are subscribed and you don't know if you hit the bell, please check. And if you didn't, just unsubscribe and then subscribe and then hit the bell. So I thank you all again. I love you all. Thank you so much. And if you want to donate to me, my channel, I didn't put this up in the, I didn't put hold on. I didn't put it in the chat, but I'm putting it in the chat now. Okay. All right. My Cash App is Brown Bonbon. If you would like to donate, it is pinned up top. Okay, and I'm just gonna wait a minute so people can see it. But yeah, I'm glad that you joined me. I hope that you like this conversation. I hope that I know I probably riled some people up, but I hope I got you to think on some things. And this is some good conversation. So thank you all again so much. You all